Yo, listen to this. Bad boy. Come on.
He's in second position. Villeneuve is second in the Ferrari. Villeneuve locks up his tyres. He is trying very, very hard indeed. Fourth gear, up into fifth when they go over be 165 miles an hour as they come down to the right-hander and Leroy. And it's there that they can pass, and Harvey's going to do it.
Hello, one and all. It's a pleasure to have you back here at the NVIDIA GeForce GTX Challenge. My name is Uber. I'm here with Toby One. That's it. You're dead right. We're almost there. Of course, our last race is going to be on the Nürburgring Nordschleife here.
Rest in peace, headphone users. I don't know if they actually have a limiter on me or not.
I don't know. I think we got to be excited. So everyone at home just like taking their headsets off. Look, the Nürburgring, it's 150,000 spectator capacity. It's a motorsports complex. It's close here to Cologne, actually. It's only about 70 kilometers south and 120 kilometers.
That's a very short drive.
That's right. Beautiful track, of course. It's quintessential. It's known around the world for being just a beautiful way to drive. So we're going to be jumping straight into the practice here. We set the weather to lovely and fine, so everyone has.
It's a beautiful sunny day in Germany.
Now, here's the tricky part about this, right?
Okay.
Everyone is driving these prototype cars, right? These like futuristic space-age ones, and we're on the Nürburgring. So there are about 72 turns on a 12-mile track.
Twists and turns with cars that don't handle. Actually, they're not actually handling that bad.
They handle pretty darn well.
When you kick out like that, then you worry about it. But for these stretches, it's wonderful. But you got to be prepared. Like the next corner that was coming up was like this one actually, a little bit more slender in its curve.
So of course, everyone right now is just getting a bit of a feel for the track in our practice lap or a practice run through. It's 5 minutes long, and it's only going to be a one-lap race. So honestly, it equates to a fairly similar length to some of our other ones, maybe just a touch longer. It does mean that these players can't get a feel for the specific twists and turns of this one on like previous laps. It's just one lap. It's what everything comes down to here at the NVIDIA GeForce GTX Challenge. So you've got to have your wits about you. You've got to be aware. You've got to keep your eye on the map HUD as well and have an idea of what that next corner is going to be looking like. Now, most of these guys sitting down have had some practice today already. They've got a feel for how these maps are going to be playing out. So yeah, you've got to have your wits about you, definitely. Be ready.
Just listen to that engine.
Beautiful.
Just listen.
Wow, that is actually really good handling, to be honest. It's quite nice. These are these space-age cars, so...
Take the slightly wide corner, even if you did come off the track.
So, this is the Audi R18, I think.
It doesn't sound as good. I'm not feeling it, man.
He's not feeling it. He's finished. It's just not as loud. Maybe that's... to be fair, the loudness of an engine actually relates to its efficiency in some cases as well, or efficiency of your damping, so... Not always the best thing to have a loud engine, as much as we love the sound.
Just a very, very slow movement around these corners.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely slowing down. But the acceleration of these is beastly. Have a look at this thing.
This is one of these points where you just try and gun it around every corner you possibly can. And then you understand, like, just how hard you can push your car. So next time, if you did just pop off the edge of the corner, you can just pull back a little bit more. Like, that's the major advantage you get from this. You're not going to get through the entire track during our warm-up period, but you're at least going to get a little bit of an inkling about how most of these corners will handle.
Well, Germans are in last place right now, and he's actually made contact with a wall, and that's enough to invalidate your lap time. Not that we're going to be worried too much about that. If you complete the lap, we'll give you a slap on the back. We've got 1 minute and 33 seconds left in this one. And I'm not sure, actually, if anyone has clocked up a time yet. No, of course not.
No. Everyone, like, I would be very, very surprised if anyone can get a valid time on this warm-up lap. And it's primarily just because of that. Like, you hit the wall once, and bump, your time is invalid.
We haven't seen too many cluster crashes as of yet.
I think it's most of it, like, it would actually look a lot more effective if there was damage on, because then you see parts flying off the sides of the cars. Like that crash which we saw at the speed, you hit the wall, that would have taken out your front right wheel.
And when you've got a 12K race and you can't get back to the pit, you are screwed.
Yeah, it's a rough time.
The 12-mile race, should I say? Ooh, yeah, it's kind of
like
nice.
that corner.
I'd love to visit this place one day. It's so close to Cologne. I didn't realise that. It's less than an hour away, really. And well, here we have the Nords. Actually,
you want to see how they're handling too.
This is an important position for them to be sitting in. Depending on how much points they've wagered, which we won't find out, they can do a lot with these. And if they're out enough in front, they can clinch the win here. It's going to be close.
I'm fairly certain they would have put everything in there. It depends if they have confidence in their driver or not. Currently, looking at the way that Nordic driver is handling, and who we actually got behind the wheel, we've got we've got the one man, I cannot remember his name.
Oh, was that Rendog, the
yes, that's Rendog.
Right.
Yeah, so Rendog is the driver, and it looks like he is the most competent driver.
He looks competent.
Yeah, because just judging by the way he was handling those corners, I think we'll be looking at that driver quite a lot. So no one clocks a time, but in 15 seconds we'll start the last official race, and we'll go through all 72 turns of this wonderful German course.
That's right, and well, in those prototype cars, it does seem like it's a little bit more forgiving. The handling seems like it's a little bit more friendly to these guys, even on a track like the Nürburgring. Not a great deal of straight, and it's always a big risk to sort of go ham on those ones anyway. So we're about to jump into this last race, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wild ride. Thank you for being with us this far. It's time to close things out in an explosive finale here. The final race on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. My German is really bad. It's about as good as I can do here, but hopefully be enough for the time being. All right, so we're going to jump in. We're going to jump straight with the Nords. There's a bit of hustle and bustle here in the top echelon of races. We can see the Nords are just falling back a little bit further. They did definitely get themselves a good little bit of points in the Dota game. None of them are like a Dota sort of professionals or hardcore players. They just put the time in, so you got to appreciate that. And look at that, Italy actually spinning out early on. This could hurt them here. They were in third place, I think, close to striking distance of the title.
Where did that confidence go?
What is this?
Okay, everyone's having a lot of harder time keeping